We're going to lay back on our back. We're doing Pilates. Is everybody in the right place? Pilates?
What is Pilates?
Well, Pilates is a lot of core. Okay. We only have 15 minutes, so I'm going to try to throw some very essential things at you. Not very much in the 15 minutes, but just to teach you a little bit about your core. But typically in a class we move through all the joints, okay, through their fullest range of motion, safely. Okay, you guys, everybody's legs are long except you two. Bend the knees. Keep your knees bent. Bend your knees. Put one hand on the rib, one hand on your belly. Feel yourself breathe naturally. Feel how both hands rise. Feel how both hands fall. In Pilates, we breathe in through the nose and out through your mouth, so begin to find that. It's okay if you purse your lips forward and you push the air out of your lips. Now as you exhale, encourage your navel to drop closer down toward the spine. Feel what happens in that lower hand. While you're doing this on your inhale, breathe in through your nose and try to breathe bigger into the upper hand. Encourage the navel to draw toward the spine on the exhales. So as you continue to breathe in, I want you to imagine a balloon in your rib cage, any color. Try to blow up the balloon side to side in the ribs and toward the back of your rib cage. Maybe keeping the lower hand a little bit more quiet. Draw your navel towards your spine as you exhale. Inhale through the nose, exhale out through the mouth. Now here's the part that really changes. The next time you exhale and the navel draws towards your spine, try to keep it tethered down while breathing big into the sides and the back of your rib cage. So the lower hand is motionless as you keep the navel drawing toward the spine. You see you're engaging your transversus abdominis muscle. It starts at the lower back and it wraps around to the front of your belly. It's your girdle. You're not only engaging it in the inhales, but the exhales as well. Now let's add a second piece, your pelvic floor. Where's the pelvic floor? Way down yonder, under the pubic bone, are a floor of muscles that support the pelvic bowl. Imagine that you have to go to the restroom. You cannot go because there's not one around. You're holding it. You have that little internal lift. I call this a zipper. A zipper is drawing up from the pelvic floor, reaching up towards the navel and pulling the navel in. There's your pelvic floor and there's your transversus. All while you're breathing. This is our working breath. This is what we try to keep during our Pilates exercises. This is not a yoga breath. Now let's start to move the lower back around. Doing so, we're going to go into pelvic tilts. Hands can come down to the belly now that we've found our breath and we're zipped up. Exhale as you tilt the hips toward the rib cage and flatten or lower the lower back in toward the mat and let it release back to natural. Exhale, tilt. I should see your pelvis moving, your feet staying soft and your legs relaxed. Your hands are on your belly to feel your abdominals engaged. Let me see some rocks going in the the mat. And then releasing. Gentle rock back to natural. Feel how your lower back flattens out and comes back up into its natural curvature. This should actually feel good to your lower back. And your obliques and your rectus wall are engaging under your hands as you rock the pelvis back into an imprinted lumbar is what we usually call that. Now on the next tilt, hold it. See if you can engage those abdominals to keep you there and breathe into the sides and the back of the ribs. No tension in the shoulders, breathing in through the nose and out through your mouth. Everything feels good. Let's pick up the right leg, keep the knee bent, bring the knee right over the hip. Everything feels good. Keep the imprint and pick up the left leg to match the right one. Step the right foot back down, step the left foot back down. Do it again, but this time bring the left foot up. Bring the right one up. March the left foot down. March the right one down. 2 more times each side. Right one up first. Now making your brain work. Yeah, right one down first. Maintaining that imprint. Left one up first, right one up first. Now stay there at tabletop. Could you imagine you're hugging a ball between your legs right now? Find that energy in your thighs. We're not going to use any tool, so I want you to find that energy. Now how about both toes coming toward the floor, maybe tapping and coming back up. Thighs move away, thighs come back up. Do not disturb the imprint. Sometimes in Pilates we're in an imprinted lower back. Other times I try to challenge you to be in a natural back, which would be called neutral. Now tap into your breath. Inhale one way, exhale the other. Combine the two together. Move with your breath. 2 more times. Put the feet down to the floor and rest for a moment. Let the lower back come out of imprint and breathe natural. Breathe back into your tummy. Now we're going to stay right here on our back, but we're going to take the hip flexors out of it. We're going to work the back side. So slide the ankles so they're under the knees. Ankles and knees are stacked. Feet are about hip width apart. Your arms, your hands could come off your belly and come down to the sides. You could actually make those arms a little more active by pressing them into the earth. That would use your triceps and your lats. You sometimes do that in a yoga class. It also draws the shoulders down and back and broadens you through the collarbone. Take a breath in, natural. Exhale, find that zipped up feeling. It's a great way to feel it on your exhales. Keep it on the inhale. When you're ready, exhale into that pelvic tilt we just did. Inhale to pick the spine up off the floor until you're resting on the shoulder blades. So come on up with your glutes. Now in yoga, stay here, let's talk. In yoga, we usually come up and we open big like a flower, like a back bend. I don't want you to do that. I want you to draw your knees away from your hips and create this nice diagonal line with your body. You see you're opening the front a little bit here, but you're keeping that zipped up feeling while you're here. So breathe into the sides and the back of your ribs. Press the arms into the floor, make them active. Next exhale, go ahead and lower the spine, 1 vertebra at a time. Sequentially come down and feel the stretch in your back. When the tailbone comes down, take a breath in, zip it up on the exhale, rock the pelvis back, imprint the lower back, inhale to come back up, 1 vertebra at a time. You're zipped up and you're going to exhale to come back down, 1 vertebra at a time. Let's try this 2 to 3 more times. You work with your breath, and I'll stop talking. Another thing too, you can imagine a bigger ball between the thighs, and you're pressing into that ball. Find that energy between those adductor muscles. Those are your inner thighs. They're helping support that pelvic bowl that's coming up and coming back down. I know you feel your backside. Good. So when you lift up off the floor, I should see a natural lumbar curvature. We're not going to exaggerate it. Natural spine. Good. When you're all done, tailbone on the floor, hug the knees into your chest. Very nice. Maybe rock side to side if that feels pleasant on your back. We're going to get off of our back, and I'm going over a little bit, but that's all right, right? Right, Mom? Lori, can we go over? You're the boss. Can we go over a little bit? I don't see anybody waiting in line down there. You guys don't mind, do you?
No.
Okay, rock to your side, push yourself up. So now we're seated. Now the rules are going to change. We're going to put our feet on the floor with our knees bent. Again, think about that small ball in here. So we find that energy in our inner thighs. Toe cramp. Not enough water today. Arms are up. Sit up tall. Shoulders down and back. Again, broaden through here. Long collarbone. We're going to go into a rounded spine, and we're going to continue to work our abdominals. So imagine you're hugging over a small ball. My shoulders, I did not shrink through my spine. My shoulders, I'm just hollowing out. My shoulders are over my hips. My chin is not chucked into my chest. I've got a small apple right there. And I'm going to try to inhale back, staying rounded, maybe feeling the lower part of my spine, my sacrum, and I'm going to come right back up with that same rounded spine, keeping the feet on the floor, the belly zipped, pulled up and back, exhale back up. Keep going, let me watch. Too much couscous. Good, stay rounded. When you stay rounded in flexion, the abs got to work a little bit harder. Nice. So notice how you're kind of rocking the pelvis back and going into that tilt and holding it. The ribs are reaching down towards the hip bones. One more. Don't forget to breathe. Please breathe. When you get back up to center, we're going to sit tall. We're going to keep our arms here. Sit up nice and tall. String at the chest, lifting you up. Take a breath in. Let's reach. I think we got enough room. It's okay if we tap each other. Turn the trunk to the left. Let's go, well, it's all right. Whichever way. And reach the left arm back. But still look at it. Don't lose it back there. Twist to the right. On the next inhale, exhale, come up. Now the rules have changed again. I want you to stay nice and long with the natural back as you sweep the arm back and sweep it forward. And if you can, hinge back a little bit. Keep the belly as you flow back to center. I wanted to get just a little bit of rotation in. One more time each side. Good trunk rotation. One more time. Shoulders down and back, chest lifted. Turn through the ribs. Come back, let's lay over the legs for a moment and breathe into our spine, into the back tissue. Breathe into your belly. So if there's anything to learn from your Pilates class, I don't want you to take from here that I've got to be zipped up all day long, and that's how I need to walk around. That's not the way it is. I just want you to learn how to find the core when you need it in life and in your yoga, because you need it in your yoga too. But you need a balance in there of a supple pelvic floor and a strong pelvic floor. So you got to find that for yourself. Can we do one more? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go to our belly. Belly, belly. So here we are on the floor. When you get down there, rest the forehead on the hands, pick up a leg, lengthen it down, and set it down on the floor. Lengthen the other one out and set it down on the floor. You want long legs on the floor, they should feel balanced. Find your breath. I know I'm going over. Can I have just one more exercise? Thank you. Oh, good. Oh, okay. I'm going way over.
You're not way over, you're only 5 minutes over.
Good. All right, so feel yourself breathe. Now, what about pulling the belly up towards the back on your exhale? Belly up towards the back. Now we have gravity pushing the belly forward down to the floor. We want to pull it up. So breathe into the back and the sides of your ribs. Release the arms down to your side. However your shoulders are comfortable with those palms. Nose, hover it off the floor. Reach the crown of your head away from your tailbone. Breathe your belly up away from the mat and keep it. Reach your tailbone towards your heels. Feel the length in your lower back. On the next exhale, hover the arms, the legs, and the chest. Just hover slightly off the floor. Do you still feel the length in your spine? If so, inhale to come up as high as you can with everything. Exhale to come back down to that hover. Right back down and right back up. It's really important that you feel the entire spine work together. The gaze is at the floor ahead of you. So if your chest isn't getting real high up off the floor, try not to look at the blue wall. You're overworking the neck. We want length in the back of the neck. Good. One more time. Squeeze the butt, protect the back. We want the back to work, but we don't want to overload the lower spine. And lower. Take the arms overhead. I want you to notice the difference of the way the arms beside you compared to the weight of the arms being overhead. Much more challenging. Shoulders are down and back. You got your belly. We're not going to do something as easy as that. Hold on, hold on. Belly's lifted. Hover, arms, legs, and nose off the floor. Do you have your belly? Are you squeezing your butt? Is your lower back nice and long? Exhale, lift the right arm, left leg a little higher. Inhale it down to a hover. Exhale, pick up left arm, right leg a little higher. Keep going. Alternate the sides. The sides never fall to the floor. They're hovering and one side's lifting higher than the other. Coordinate the movement. Gaze is at the floor. The back of your neck is long. It's long. It's not overextended. Breathe with your movement. Last time through. Lower and relax. Lose the zipper. Breathe. Calming breaths in and out. When you're ready, fold it back. You guys probably know the term child's pose. In Pilates, we call it a shell. Hips back toward the heels. Breathe into your belly. slowly come up and we are finished.